Hey there, welcome back to the channel. I am Metaphysical Mia 33, and I am so glad to have you here with me today. Do you know the true mystery of consciousness? The universe is an intriguing place. Stars are born and galaxies crash into each other. But a bigger mystery is actually inside of us. It's called consciousness. Consciousness is what allows us to be aware of ourselves and the world around us. It's the result of neurons firing and synapses connecting in the brain. Some believe that everything, including our thoughts and feelings, is purely physical. This perspective is called materialism. Other people think there's more, a spiritual realm, something beyond the physical world. Imagine a radio. Materialism is like the radio itself. The spiritual realm is like the music that the radio plays. Both views try to explain the same thing, the mystery of consciousness. That's what makes us human, and it's a mystery worth exploring. Robert Monroe explored these ideas through his work on out-of-body experiences and consciousness studies. He developed techniques like Hemi-Sync, a sound technology that synchronizes brainwaves to access altered states. Monroe's collaborations with physicist Thomas Campbell tied these metaphysical experiences to scientific theories. Astral projection and remote viewing were central to Monroe's work and programs like Project Gateway. The Gateway program, developed at the Monroe Institute and studied by the CIA, trained participants to access expanded states of consciousness. Techniques like meditation, visualization, and Hemi-Sync were used to explore the holographic nature of reality. Practical applications of human consciousness included enhanced intuition, problem solving, and intelligence gathering. Robert Monroe's Gateway experience laid the groundwork for teaching people how to achieve these altered states and explore the nature of existence. Declassified CIA documents revealed how Project Gateway examined consciousness beyond time and space. Monroe's partnership with Campbell further connected these practices to the broader understanding of consciousness as a fundamental force shaping our reality. We can map the brain, track neural pathways, and identify regions associated with specific functions. But none of this explains the joy of tasting ice cream or the awe of a beautiful sunset. This is what Australian philosopher David Chalmers called the hard problem of consciousness. Materialism says everything is physical, like our brain and body. But some people believe there's a spiritual side too, something beyond just the physical. It's like trying to explain why we feel happy or moved by beauty. It's not just the brain, but something deeper, a mystery that we always ponder. Materialism claims everything is just matter and energy. Our thoughts and feelings, they come from the brain. When the brain stops, so does our consciousness. But is that really all there is? What about the spiritual realm? Let's talk about panpsychism. It suggests consciousness is everywhere, even in tiny particles. Think of it like a radio. Materialism says only complex radios can pick up signals. Panpsychism? It says even the simplest radios can catch a faint signal. Imagine the spiritual realm as a hidden radio station. Materialism might miss it, but panpsychism tunes in. So, could there be more to our world than just matter and energy? Maybe, just maybe, consciousness is everywhere. Our senses show us the world. We see colors, hear sounds, and feel textures. But can we trust what we sense? Our brain interprets these senses. It creates our reality. Is there a real world out there? Materialism says everything is physical, like rocks and trees. But some believe in a spiritual realm beyond what we can touch. Think of it like a storybook. The pages are material, but the story is something more. Both views shape how we see the world. Is this all a simulation? Let's break it down. Imagine our world as a video game. Could it be possible? Philosopher Nick Bostrom believes it might be true. Think of a super advanced civilization creating a game so real we can't tell the difference. We might just be characters in that game. Now let's think about materialism and the spiritual realm. Materialism is the idea that everything around us is made of physical stuff, like the chair you sit on or the phone you hold. But what if there's more? The spiritual realm is like an invisible world that we can't see or touch. Some people believe it's where our thoughts, feelings, and souls come from. Imagine it like a radio. You can't see the radio waves, but you know they're there because you hear the music. The spiritual realm could be like those radio waves. It makes us question what is real and what is not. Fascinating, isn't it? Consciousness meets the world of tiny particles. The world of tiny particles is stranger than anything we can imagine. Particles can be in many places at the same time. Watching them changes how they act. Roger Penrose thinks there might be a connection to our thoughts. Tiny parts of our brain might use these strange effects. This idea is still being studied and debated. Could the world of tiny particles help us understand our minds? Some people believe that our minds are more than just physical. They think there's a spiritual side that connects us all. Imagine our minds like a puzzle, with both material and spiritual pieces. Understanding both sides might help us see the bigger picture. This idea is easy to understand and brings people together. Could the tiny particles and the spiritual realm be connected? The journey to find out continues. Is universal consciousness like a symphony of awareness? Imagine if everything around us, from the stars to our own thoughts, is connected. Some people believe that only physical things, like our bodies and the earth, are real. This is called materialism. But others think there's more, like a spiritual realm that connects us all, like an invisible web. Think of it like a giant orchestra where every instrument plays a part in a beautiful symphony. This idea helps us feel like we're part of something bigger and more meaningful, beyond just the physical world. Now let's talk about the age-old debate of materialism versus idealism. The relationship between the mind and the body is one of the oldest philosophical puzzles. Materialism says the mind is just what the brain does, like how a computer runs programs. Idealism, on the other hand, believes the mind is more like a magical realm, beyond just physical stuff. This debate has been going on for centuries, and there's still no clear answer. The quest for understanding continues as we ponder the nature of our existence. Interestingly, the CIA's involvement in Project Gateway brought a new dimension to this debate. The project aimed to explore consciousness and its potential applications. One notable scientist contributed significantly to this project, providing insights into how the mind might transcend physical limitations. Their work has added a fascinating layer to our understanding of consciousness, blurring the lines between materialism and idealism. Exploring the power of consciousness. Start with mindfulness and writing down your thoughts. It increases self-awareness and well-being. Materialism is like focusing on the rock you can hold. The spiritual realm is like looking at the stars, vast and mysterious. Both are important. Like building blocks and stories, they shape our world. The Great Unknown. Open questions and the quest for understanding. Studying consciousness and reality is like exploring a mystery. We've learned a lot, but many questions are still unanswered. How does the brain create our thoughts and feelings? What is reality really made of? Could we be living in a computer simulation? Is consciousness something that all living things have? These aren't just big ideas. They are real questions that science is trying to answer. As we learn more about the mind and the universe, we might find surprising answers. The search for understanding never stops. It pushes us to explore, to ask questions, and to learn more. Some people believe everything is made of physical stuff, like atoms and molecules. This is called materialism. Others think there's more to life, like a spiritual realm that we can't see or touch. Imagine the universe as a big book. Materialism is like reading the words on the pages. The spiritual realm is like feeling the emotions and stories behind those words. Both views help us understand the world in different ways. The journey of discovery is endless and full of wonder. Now, let's talk about the concept of a holographic reality, exploring the fascinating phenomena of astral projection and remote viewing. Imagine a universe where everything is interconnected, where the boundaries between the physical and the metaphysical blur, creating a tapestry of experiences and possibilities. Astral projection, the ability to travel outside one's physical body, and remote viewing, the practice of seeing distant or unseen targets, are not just the stuff of science fiction. These phenomena have been studied and documented by researchers and practitioners alike. One of the pioneers in this field was Robert Monroe, an ordinary businessman who began experiencing spontaneous out-of-body experiences. Intrigued by these events, Monroe dedicated his life to exploring the nature of consciousness. He collaborated with scientists like Thomas Campbell, a physicist and consciousness researcher, to recreate and study these metaphysical experiences in a controlled setting. Monroe's groundbreaking research has opened new doors to understanding the nature of consciousness and reality. His work suggests that our perception of the world is just a small part of a much larger holographic reality. In this reality, consciousness is not confined to the brain, but is a fundamental aspect of the universe itself. As we venture further into the mysteries of the mind and the cosmos, we are continually reminded of how little we truly know. The exploration of astral projection and remote viewing challenges our conventional understanding and invites us to consider the possibility that reality is far more complex and wondrous than we ever imagined. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, remember to smash that like button, subscribe, and set the notification bell to all so you can catch more easy to understand and thought-provoking content like this. More great videos are coming soon. Keep exploring. The universe is full of mysteries waiting to be discovered. Remember to keep an open mind, stay positive, stay curious, and stay connected.